Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of I'm Supposed to Be Here. I am your host, Donovan DC Carter. I got a special guest in the building, y'all. My girl, Ashley Aronson. What's up? You know you're my first lady, right?
I know. Finally, some estrogen in the building, okay?
I know.
About time.
First of all, happy belated International Women's Day.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
You
I
know,
appreciate the acknowledgement.
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm not going to lie. But thank God for social media.
Yeah.
You know. Wait, before we get started, man, please like, please subscribe, please tell a friend to tell a friend. I think we're on episode 8, y'all. Wow, that's a blessing, man. We just gonna keep them rolling, keep them going. But back on the topic of International Women's Day, I believe y'all should get a whole month, you know? What do you think?
I mean, we do have a whole month.
This is a whole month?
A whole month. March is Women's Month.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I thought it was just one
So
day.
you have a whole week of making up to do.
Oh, you're right. So, I got a whole few weeks.
What are you gonna do to celebrate, to you know, pay homage to women out here?
You know, I think I'm doing it now. I got.
All right, it's a start.
You know, this is a start. You know, yeah. I see some girls asking for cash apps. That's what I'm not gonna do. But
some are deserving.
You know what?
We can do that later, though.
I'll probably get them some, you know, probably some flowers. You know, something. I don't know. I have to think about it because I honestly, this is my first year really knowing about women. Like, when did that? Do you know when it started or originated?
I guess I'm a terrible woman in that regard. I don't know, but you know, we have Google. We should look it up.
Yeah, we could. You know, thank God for the internet. I just feel like, you know, there's so many of these days. I'm like, where did these come from? It's National Donut Day, Pizza Day. When is National Men's Day? First of all, is there such a thing?
Well, let's back up. First of all, you just compared National Women's Day with National Pizza Day and Donut Day.
I'm sorry, Tequila Day too. I forgot to put that. There's Taco Day.
Terrible.
You know,
terrible.
I just didn't know that there was so many days.
Well, and
till the actual day. Like, that's the problem.
Got you. Yeah, and I definitely don't think there should be a National Men's Day.
You don't?
No, it's called the patriarchy. It's every day.
Wow, no, wait a minute. Every day is National Men's Day?
Yes.
How? You have to elaborate on that, please.
The patriarchy?
Like, ... Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. You know, they say it's a man's world, but
absolutely.
I feel like in 2021, things have changed. Like, it's not the 50s anymore. It's not the 60s.
I mean, I think things have for sure changed.
Yeah.
And by that I mean there's social media and camera phones, and you know, things are more visible, more transparent. So the isms, you know, are now are on Front Street.
Okay. So let's backtrack, man. Me and Ashley, we met out here in LA. We got a connection. She from the DMV area. I was born in DC, but came out here to LA. My mother still lives in Maryland, matter of fact. But we connected DC ties, but we also connected out here in LA. We met at an event.
Yep.
Met you there. You know, had a good time. Saw a nice, beautiful lady. I said, well, who is she? Had a little cheetah dress on.
Yes, cheetah.
Before the Cool Cats and Kittens came out. But and then we found out that we actually had mutual friends and knew each other, and it's been like just love ever since. I think that was like 2016, maybe.
Oh, I mean, I'll roll with that. Maybe
17,
18,
2017. Yeah, and I just, you know, I got so much respect for Ashley, man. She's like one of the hardest
thank you so much.
workers I know. So smart. We have so many good talks. I just appreciate you always holding me accountable. You know, she you know, that's what friends do. You praise them and you also let them know what they need to do, what they need to correct.
Man, well, I'll tell you this much. It's definitely been an honor and a privilege to be your friend.
Oh, thanks.
And you know, I watched some of your other podcasts, and I was like, man, nobody's bragging on Donovan. Like you do so much that nobody talks about. You know?
I mean, you know, I come from, like, if you do what you're supposed to do, people will do the talking for you as well. But I appreciate my friends, people I don't even know, you know, just talking about me, like same way I talk about them. You know, you want to give people their flowers.
Absolutely.
While they're here.
Absolutely.
I shout out to my boys Duke and Jelani at they podcast nice and neat. I always hear them say that, and I'm like, man, that's true. Like you need to give people their flowers while they're here.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And you know, tell us about your transition, because I'm always so fascinated. You came out here to LA, really didn't have no reason. You just was like, fuck it, I'm coming out here, correct?
I mean, I definitely had like a motivation for sure. Like my agenda was broad. I was like, I'm in DC, I'm doing this IT consulting work. Right. It's soul sucking, you know, like I didn't wake up feeling fulfilled by the type of work I was actually doing. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to be in a place where it was a community of creatives, you know, like where we're actually on the forefront of making change. And that's why I was like, I'm gonna come out west. Now I wasn't sure if I was gonna do LA. Right. Or
what was the other options?
The Bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still Bay. California.
Yeah, still California.
No Arizona or Vegas or none of that.
Where?
Arizona or Vegas?
No.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and so I wasn't like, I want this specific job, or you know, I had a specific opportunity that I was transitioning out here for. Mm-hmm. It was just more so like, I'm gonna figure it out. Right. I'm already an entrepreneur. You know, I do consulting in technology, so that's a transferable skill. Like, worst case scenario, I pick up a job doing consulting work out here.
Got you. And for the people at home, what exactly is consulting work, if they don't know what that is?
In short, I mean, people pay for your expertise, generally on like a temporary short-term basis, like a per project basis. Got you.
I feel like you consulted me since we met, and thank God you ain't billed me, because it probably be in the thousands for sure. But man, that's so dope, man. Like I've always been intrigued, because people just come out here and just, you know, they just want to come out here and they have a goal and have a dream, and for you to actually do it, you know, that's half the battle. Because you might agree, like a lot of people want to come to LA and fulfill their dreams, and you know, and my pastor always says, like, LA is the town of dream killers. And for you to come out here and for you to be out here still, man, like that's a blessing at the end of the day, because you know, a lot of people come and they out of here at some point, because LA is expensive and it's different.
And you know, it's not for the weak. You know, it's like you got to come out here and you know, be open to the experience of rejection. You know, like you're gonna be told no. You know, you're gonna have doors slammed in your face, and you have to not take that personally. You have to have a strong sense of self, strong sense of worth. Right. You're like, okay, cool, that's it. Maybe this just wasn't the right opportunity for me. Right. I'm being redirected someplace else.
How do you handle rejection and the door slammed in your face a plethora of times? Because my business, every business, but acting, you gonna get rejected. You know, because you gonna audition so many times, and you have to have a tough skin.
Absolutely.
So how did you develop your tough skin?
First of all, I just want to acknowledge how hard it is to be an actor. I did not have an appreciation for what actors go through.
Me either.
Until I visited you on set at Ballers, and they had you shoot the same 5-second scene like 30 times.
Man, it's
and I was
crazy.
Like, this is insane. Like, I did not think it was that much work to do all that.
It's a lot. And I mean, I didn't know either, because like Ballers is my first job ever. Yeah. And so now I'm going through the actors, like what everybody else goes through, because I hit it out the park first swing. And it's a tough business, and it's really, like you said, it's real redundant. I took my dad on set one time, and he was over it. He was like 30 minutes. He's like, man, this is boring. Like, I'm leaving. I said, damn, Pop, like, I'm just getting started. Like, you ain't even seen me get started. But it's a different mindset. But I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Your tough skin. He was on that.
Yes, my tough skin. Yeah. I mean, I'm human like everybody else. Like, for sure, rejection bothers me. Right. But I just have like an arsenal of tools that I kind of default to when I deal with rejection. Right? It's like, you know, this thing sucks, and I just gotta recognize that it wasn't the right opportunity for me, because I'm a big believer in what's for me is for me. Mm-hmm. You know, and if something gets in the way and an opportunity falls through, then that's what's supposed to happen. And now looking back, I've been in LA 3 years now. And in hindsight, everything that happened, every failure, every success is exactly how it's supposed to happen.
Man, that's wise. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. It's tough because I go through that. You know, like you said, everything's supposed to be how it's supposed to be. And I read the word all the time. And it's always like, man, God plans your life and directs your steps. And whatever you go through, it's supposed to be like that.
Right.
But I think I'm learning now at this point, and I probably, learned it before, man, life isn't supposed to be easy. Like, nobody said it's supposed to be easy, man. Like, God's gonna bless you what you want, but it's not supposed to be easy. And I'm like, it's kind of, you want, I ain't gonna lie, you human, you want it to be easy, but you also want those hard times too, because that's where you do your growing.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Like, sometimes, like, more recently than ever, when obstacles presented to me and it feels super hard, I remind myself, like, this is your growing season, this is your learning season, this is your growing season. Like, kind of like look at the circumstances for what am I supposed to learn here? Like, okay, teach me my lesson, I'm ready, so I can move on. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we are going through it, man. How has 2021 been treating you? And I know we already in March, but with COVID and everything, did it affect you? And how has this year been treating you so far?
I mean, I pretty good, I would say, for the most part. 2020 for sure was a straight like pivot year. But with that, there was opportunity to kind of like reinvent myself and study and learn and invest energy into like my craft and what is that now? Like, I'm actually into producing now. And working with writers, and so a big transition from consulting of technology. So
how is that going? Is that something that you've always been interested in, or is that something because you've been out in Cali, it kind of, I feel like being out here it's hard to steer away from like the entertainment industry.
It's hard,
as much as you like, oh, I don't want to do that and this and that, but it's tough because everybody's out here doing it, and you meet so many people that's either in front, behind, all type of things. So is writing and producing, is that something you've always been interested in, or?
No, I think just the like creative act, that the act of creating a story and putting together a production. I think that's what's appealing to me. I mean, it's to me, storytelling is just such a powerful tool to help broaden perspective, so people can have more of a sense of community. And that's going back to kind of like my mission and my why is like affecting change. How do we do that? Through bringing people together through broadened perspective. So it was in line with my why, and I was like, this feels right, this feels good, and it was something that came very natural to me.
I got you.
Yeah.
I think like when you say storytelling, I can't help but to think of like Kobe.
Yeah.
And him, talking about storytelling and always telling your story. And no matter, that's why I'm so, I've been doing this, tell my story, get my friends there to tell their story, because at the end of the day, we all got a story, and it's gonna motivate whoever, but I just, as long as it motivates somebody to just get up and just follow your dreams and just go after it and come to the East Coast, from the East Coast to the West Coast, or maybe West Coast to the East Coast, because we got too many people out here.
He's like,
so
go home.
If y'all want to go, hey, I'll feel you, like, go. So can you talk about anything you got coming up? Any stories that you, or what stories would you like to tell that hasn't been told?
I mean, certainly stories of diversity. I think what's important, I see this too often, like it's people are shuffled into these groups. Is this a black story? Is this a Latin story? Is this a white story? Is this about femininity? Is it about racism? Like, there's all these different groups that people try to categorize stories by. And what I'm mostly interested in is telling stories that have all those different layers of complexity. That might be black, it might be Latin, gay, female, transgender even. But the actual storyline is universal. Like, you can relate to it as a human being.
Those are my favorite things to watch, like stuff that's simple, but like everybody can relate to, no matter like if you black, if you white, if you Latino, like you said, if you upper class, if you middle class, if you lower class, I think like, you know, it's I just like those type of things like that connect people.
Bridge that gap.
Yeah, have to. So, how's dating going out here for you? Changing gears. How's the LA scene? Because, you know, for me, dating LA, you know, it's been interesting. How has it been for you?
I mean, it definitely has been interesting. Yeah, I think I'm fortunate because I came out here a little older.
Right.
So,
you got time to BS.
Right. You know, and it's like, and I have like, I know what I want. So it's kind of like, at the onset, do you fit these things? No. Okay, cool. Next.
Do you have a list?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I for sure have a list.
And everything has to align with the list?
I mean, like, the things on my list are like substantive things.
Okay.
It's not like you need to be like super rich and drive this type of car and have this type of house. No, it's like, are you a good person? You know, are you respectful? What's your relationship like with your mother? You know, things like that like indicate that you're a good person, and I could grow with you.
How is it? Because I feel like you meet people and it's good on the outside, everything's good, but when you really get to know that person, like they're a whole different type, you know, they are a whole different person.
I mean, you gotta be patient.
Yeah,
I think the chief like problem with dating is people they very, very short attention spans.
Right.
And they're just like, oh, they got hard, next. You know, like you have to take your time and be patient and actually get to know somebody rather than going 100 miles per hour like out the gate.
Right.
And I think a lot of people do that and have very like, you know, they have expectations. Like, so what about you in dating? Like, do you have expectations in dating with people? Do you have like, you know, you need to do X, Y, and Z within a certain time frame or I'm out?
Yeah, I was like that. Yeah, I think I'm dating with different intentions now. When I was younger, it was like, yeah, we got to get it cracking by something. It don't got to be tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
But something got to be leading to something.
Can we talk about something? I was thinking about this on the way over here. You know, like I've known you almost 4 years. And I've really seen a transition in how you view relationships and women and like you just mentioned the word intention and kind of like reshaped your intention in terms of dating.
Yeah.
You know, how first of all, how has that transitioned in 2020-21? Like, do you feel like COVID has had an impact on that?
For sure.
For sure?
Yeah, for sure. I think you see like who's important and who's not, and kind of who's for you. And even being in the business is just tough because sometimes, like, you know, when you like when I was on a show on TV, everything good, everybody hitting you up, how you doing, want to kick it, of course go to dinners. But then, you know, it was crazy once the show went off.
Yeah.
Radio silent. I'm like, damn, like you know, you just see what time it is.
Yeah.
But I think just during COVID, just seeing like who do you really rock with and who you don't, and then I seen a lot of people. I think during the time, you know, they got into two situations because either you gonna get with the person or you weren't. But I went in already being single, so it's tough. I really didn't have anybody I was talking to, and I'm a type like I really try not to reheat old fries, you know, which means I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to, you know, talk to any. I always like I want to meet somebody new. Even now, I want to meet somebody new.
Even now.
Yeah, even now, I would like to. You know, I wouldn't mind catching up with some old people, maybe hang out, get a little drink, you know, a little sushi or something.
Yeah.
A little happy hour though, or lunch special. Yeah. But I really want to meet somebody new. That's the goal. That's the plan. But I mean, like you said, what's meant to be is meant to be. Maybe LA's such a big place, so it's tough. Like you think like, oh, I might run into this person, and it'll be like you won't. Like if you do, it's really like I don't believe in coincidences, but it's not the right place at the right time. But yeah, COVID been tough, man, because we've been at home, ain't been able to meet anybody.
So let me ask you this:
Yes.
Have you done like the self work?
Yes, I'm continuing to be continued. I'm self working now because you have to love yourself before you love anybody else.
Yes.
And I just been so grateful with, you know, just having peace. You know, peace of mind, my peace. Because I'd rather, you know, of course, you know, sometimes you're like, damn, I would want to be with somebody, or, you know, just want to spend some time with somebody. But I'd rather just have a peace of mind. And, like, I don't like to argue.
I know.
You know me, I'm chill, I'm very calm.
But, so I'm going to hold you accountable, because that's what I do.
Yes.
Do you think that in the past you have taken things for granted?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure, definitely. Because, I don't know, I was young and just wild and reckless. And I was on a show, so I thought I was the man. Like, I'm out here going crazy.
Right.
But, and then I'm just like, oh, you know, she'll be back or whatever. And I'm the type, like, it's hard for me to, like, let things go. Like, and I'm working on it now. You know, sometimes you just gotta just let it go. You know, frozen, and just keep it pushing. But it's, you know, it's something about being comfortable with that person, and you didn't build this relationship. You think this friendship, and then it doesn't work out. But I mean, I'm always the type, like, you know, I'm a shooter. Shooters always shoot.
You're definitely a shooter.
But I'm just doing a better job of first building a friendship with people. Okay. You can't smash everybody, but building friendship.
Okay, it's a start.
And then take it, cause like to me that's like the core of any relationship. Okay. To me, it's friendship. Okay. Because I want you to be my best friend. Just like if I get into it with my best friend or one of my brothers or my teammates, you know, it just irks you, like, damn, I want it, like, you don't even like that feeling. Yeah. And I just want, you know, hopefully build that with my partner, you know, that friendship. Yeah. And then just take it from there. Like you said, be patient, take my time. There, you know, I don't know, you might tell some women, you know, there's a clock. I don't know where this clock's at, except for on my phone. But I mean, I guess guys, you know, we don't have a clock. But I'm not.
Do you want children?
I do want kids. Okay. I do want kids. My mother.
Want children?
I do. 2 to 3.
Okay.
I want to get married.
Okay.
But if not, you know, if it's somebody I'm vibing with down the line, I go have fun a baby with, possibly.
All right.
If you know, yeah. If but like you know, we taking care of the kid together. Like, I'm not taking care of you and the kid. Like, we taking care of together. But I want to do old-fashioned way. Hopefully, like, you know, get married, have a family. Okay. And all that stuff. I would like to, but I'm taking my time. Like, I'm not in a rush either.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, no, and you shouldn't be, right? Because you don't want to force things. Right. You know, if it's not right, you don't want to overlook things because you're on the timeline. You're trying to check a box. You know. You know, you just made me think about when you talk about partnership and like roles in a relationship. What role do you think a woman is supposed to play in a relationship?
I mean, we a team. I think. Okay. Like, I mean, I believe I'm old school provider, but I think a girl can help out, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's just like my mother always told me, man, 2 incomes is better than 1. Okay. And I've seen, I've seen, you know, my father, he was married, and he's just getting remarried right now. At the end of this month, shout out to my pops. But I've you know, I've seen, I don't know, I've come from like marriages really don't last in my family. But I mean, I want to break the cycle as well. I was too busy like, oh, marriage isn't with my family, so it's easy to like make an excuse like, well, maybe the family, like we just marriage isn't for us. Yeah. But you know, you want to break that cycle, but I also, you know, just want to, you know, just take my time, man. That's it, and hopefully find the right person. But you know, I'm open open at the end of the day.
I think what's cool about you is something that I'm proud of you for. You know, it's like you are actually holding yourself accountable. You know, like you're having those hard conversations with yourself and taking responsibility for
you have to
the shit.
Yeah. You have to, because it's easy to look at the other person, well, she tripping, this and that, and sometimes it is that person, but you got to look at yourself and like, dang, like what you know, what can I do? I do my best not to live my life with regret, but you know, you look at, you know, partners who you've been with, what happened, some of that stuff, you know, I can't put it all on them. Right. You know, it's easy to be like, oh, that girl crazy, she crazy. Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I done drove them crazy. With my actions.
It's your fault.
It's our fault. It's our fault. It's my fault. All right. But then it, you know, it's just that tit for tat. But
can we? So Can we talk about like these stories, like some of the juicy stories? Do we want to go there? We want to get in there?
I mean, we can a couple. I mean, I've only had one girlfriend my whole life.
Okay.
And my friend the other day, she was like, why don't you have a girl? I'm just like, she's like, you've been single for like almost like 8 years now.
Right.
But I don't know. I know I need therapy. I know I'm triggered, you know, but some of that stuff you just gotta let go. And it's crazy. I did this other podcast the other day on Fox Soul, and they was talking about how guys, you know, they get the heartbroken like 8th, 9th grade, and then they'll never get over it. So I'm just working on getting over it. But with her, I definitely I ain't gonna lie, I was a cheater and a liar. I'm not that man anymore. I promise you, ladies. I'm not. You know, I learned the hard way. Karma is real out here. It is real. But I drove her with my actions. I drove her. She was crazy though, a little cuckoo, a little bit. But I definitely drove her to be even more crazy.
Okay.
But I was young though, and you know, for the people, for the young fellas, young women, you know, if you young, you know, you want to do your thing, do your thing. You don't have to. If you don't cheat. It's not the answer. You know, that's all I'm saying. Don't cheat. But if you young, especially like my student athletes, man, focus on school and sports. Not unless if it's the one and you just feel in your heart like this is my wife, this is the love of my life, then by all means go for it. But if you got that urge where you like, ooh, she looks good over there, then you know,
such a mess.
I would say reconsider
so
it.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
All right, so that was the last girlfriend you had.
Yes.
You loved her. You loved her. Because where's all this trauma coming from? If you didn't love her, if you're not heartbroken, where's all this from?
We spent a lot of time together. Okay. So yeah, I guess it was love. Yeah, it was love, lust, like all the L's. But I mean, we did say I love you. But I don't know. It's only because I feel bad. Like when a girl says I love you, like is that like okay? If a girl, you say you love a guy,
yes,
and he doesn't say he love you back, like what? Isn't that kind of rude a little bit? Like,
I mean,
how would you feel?
I would certainly be disappointed.
Okay.
But I guess like I'd be thankful that this person isn't gassing my head up, telling me that they love me when they actually don't. So at least I can redirect my affection and attention.
Got you. But then later on, he like, I love you. Would you be like, I'm not saying it back because he didn't say it back to me? Like,
no. I'm not. That's not. Okay, you can't move like that. You can't be petty. Like, you can't move in that space. Okay, like, you gotta be vulnerable. You know, you gotta let it all hang out.
Sounds good.
I mean, listen. Love is messy, you know, and in order for it has ups and downs, you know, like, and if it didn't have that, it wouldn't be so great. Yeah, we know this, right?
And I think for me, it just took me a minute to get over that, and I just hate heartbreak, and I think that's why it's been tough because, you know, I mean, of course, we all could be with somebody, we all could have been with anybody, but it's just like I'm not the type, like, because I know some people, they like every time you look up, they got a new boyfriend, got a new girlfriend, you're like, damn, like. Ooh, I thought this was this one, this was that one.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, it's on to the next one. And I'm kind of opposite. Instead of like, you know, of course I date, but instead of keep having all these multiple girlfriends, multiple boyfriends, I kind of just, you know, take my time a little bit. Because to me, like, what's the difference between, all right, 8 years, you'd have 4 different partners, and then you still back to single like me.
I mean, but at the same time, like, shooter. You gotta shoot your shot, you know? You gotta step out there, you gotta be vulnerable, you gotta try. And if you don't try, you don't know. And so those people that might have had 4 2-year relationships in that 8-year period of time, they tried, didn't work out, maybe they learned something, maybe they didn't. Yeah. And they moved on. But they went ahead and shoot that shot. So
I know, man. I'm just so scary.
So wait, let me ask you this question.
I don't like it.
You know, do you think you have healed from your cheating ways? Like, do you think moving forward you'd still be a cheater?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Like I said, I learned the hard way from cheating, and it's, you know, I'm just now a big person on just karma and energy, and you reap what you sow. What you put out in this world is what you gonna get back, and especially somebody's being like loyal to you, faithful, and you not doing them right, like it's just not right, you know. I'm first of all, I'm really not a good liar.
You aren't a good liar.
Yeah, I'm terrible. Yeah. And I don't know. I just have a conscience. I just feel, I have feelings. I just feel bad at the end of the day. But it's tough though, because you really like this person and you want to do right, but you want to do wrong too. It's just.
I mean, it's a tough position to be in. Yeah. It's like if you really care for somebody, but you're not entirely focused on that person and you're being distracted and tempted by other people. It's like, how do you navigate that space?
Right. I think it's getting to a point now, like, I'm 31, about to be 32 this year, and I've done a few things. I'm happy I've done a few things, and I'm just getting, I'm not old, but I'm not getting any younger. Mm-hmm. And I'm just getting to the point now where, like, if I haven't done it yet, then I'm just gonna have to hear about it from somebody else.
I like that.
And I'm just getting to the point now. I don't know if it's because of COVID, because you like by yourself a lot, and you like, I'm not lonely. I'm just alone. But it'd be nice to like have somebody some days. Some days.
And you know what I've noticed, and that's just COVID, by the way. A lot of like prominent, like iconic figures have passed away too. Yeah. At least for me, that have like caused me to do like a gut check, like what's important to you, like set your priorities straight, like stay present, like value time right now, right here, and your relationships, what was I gonna ask you?
Something good, I'm sure.
I know.
I mean, they always say when you're not looking for something, it comes to you.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. Because my big thing is like trying to make something fit when it doesn't fit, and so it's like if I'm definitely all about like be intentional, know what you want, blah blah blah, but also know when you need to pivot, know when it's not working out. So
that's my problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I mean, listen, we talk, like I know, so it's like
it's hard though. It's hard. I'm working on it. Just like sometimes you just gotta like I said earlier, just let it go. But it's just like, but then it's like, then this person hits you up out of nowhere.
But you know what, Donovan, like one thing I will say that bothers me, and this I don't know if this is an LA thing, because I'm coming from the East Coast, from DC. Like we're definitely we tell you how we feel.
Oh yeah. They don't do that out here.
No, it's like it's harder to get a no than it is a yes. Like we talk about that.
All the time.
Like passive
Say that again, please. Say that again, please.
It is definitely harder to get a no than it is a yes.
Man.
So people don't tell you what they're really feeling. They like kind of use this passive aggressive type of like behavior, and they might just create distance. It's never like, let me have an honest conversation with you about where I'm at, even though it's a hard conversation. I mean, do you do that? Do you have these honest conversations with people? Or are you just?
I mean, honestly, I try to now, but then it's like the communication is just off. Like I try to have conversations, but then nobody says nothing, or it's just like, oh, you text this person, hey, and then they hit you back hours later, like, hey, good morning. It's 3:00. What you mean, good morning? Like, the morning is over, and I just get, you just get over it, and then I don't know if that's, and I try not to take it personal, because I'm like, okay, you got things going on, you got this and that, but it just let me know where I'm a priority at in your life.
Wow.
So I'm very petty,
Yeah, I know you're petty.
I'm very petty.
I'm getting ready to comment on your pettiness.
And I'm a Leo, so we hate getting ignored, like, especially like when I hit you.
Yeah.
And then you post on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, eating lunch and smoking and shit. Like, wait a minute, like, so you ain't gonna hit me back? Okay, that's cool.
You do the same shit though.
I don't. I do.
Yeah, exactly. You do the same thing.
That's why I don't like, and I'm just like, damn, like, because it's always the people.
You're giving you a taste of your own medicine. That's what you don't like. Okay.
But it's the people that you don't like hit you. Then the people the people that you don't like hit you, and the people that you like, they like don't hit you. And I'm like, damn, is it like, cause like you said, there is some people where you like, I'm gonna hit them later.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just be feeling myself too much, I guess.
You're so crazy.
I just be like, I deserve a little something, you know, a little something, or at least like I'm busy, something.
It's so funny.
But it's all good. And then, like I said, I'm not trying to take it personal. You know what? Shit, you doing something, it's all good. Shit, that's your loss, baby. You feel me?
So what's your list? I know you got a list.
Okay, here. Okay. So I just started my list.
Oh, you just started?
Really? Because like I said, I had no intentions. I just see a girl. She's beautiful. I'm over there. I'm talking to her.
Okay.
No list.
Yep.
But it's tough because LA is just, it's a facade out here. You know, it's just different. But definitely like educated, funny. Swaggy.
Okay.
You don't have to be obsessed with sports, but you know, you don't be mad I got the game on.
Got it.
It's Sunday or Saturday or Thursday.
Or any day of the week.
Any day. But you know what I'm saying? Don't be mad. Like, especially when the Lakers is on in football season. Like, baseball, you know, I'm not gonna watch that till October. But you know, believe in God, religious, can cook a little bit. You ain't gotta be like Chef Boyardee or Betty Crocker, but you know, do a little something. Cause you know, I'm learning to cook too. We could take turns.
Wait. Your list is long, Donovan.
I'm not done yet.
Like what? I'm
not done yet. You know, gotta have some body on there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a hair stickler, so slick edges, please. But I'm also learning that back of that neck gotta be cool too. Cause the front of the head is A1, but the back of that neck, you like, wait a minute. And you know, no, I mean, it's tough, but I prefer no kids. But if they have them, I just have to see the situation. But my first preference is no kids. You live by yourself. And you have a career.
I mean, what if she doesn't have a career? What if she's just super, super smart?
Okay.
You know, she might have a kid, but you know, she's really into health and meditation, very spiritual. She's just a very positive person.
Got you.
She's your girl next door. She may not be like
literally next door.
No, okay. I'm talking about like aesthetic.
Okay.
But she's a good person, you know?
Got you.
And then she wants to hold you down and be supportive and sit there and listen to your ridiculous conversations and excuses. Like, that's not enough for you? Like, that substance is not enough?
I mean, that's cool. We could be friends. That sounds like a really good friend. You know, we can.
Well, you just said that friendship is what you're looking for. It needs to be the foundation of partnership.
For sure.
So I guess my question to you is, how many of those things that you listed
yes,
describe the perfect friend for you?
Probably like 60-40, you know. I'm just going on top of my head. But I mean, I feel what you're saying, like that's good. But like it's in LA, like, you know, just it's not even about the money. Just do what you like to do. If you like meditation, you like all that, let's do it. Let's get a meditation studio popping. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a yoga studio. As long as you got some drive in you, you know, that you want to do something. I get it. We all go through ups and downs, but you know, I'm looking for a Beyonce. You know what I'm saying?
Would you ever do online dating? IG, I feel like it's your form of online dating.
I think IG. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. I tried to Hinge, but I quickly got off because I just, you know, the catfish. But I don't know. I just feel like it's corny because like I was on a show, so it's just like I feel like when they like, what are you doing on here? Like, and I don't know. I have to be open-minded to it. My dad, you know, I feel like that's like that generation, like our parents.
Yeah.
And but I don't know, man. I will slide in the DM for sure on the IG, but I don't know about some of these sites. But but my dad, he had a good explanation. Like, he likes it because like how I had this list, it's already on there, so you know, like, okay, she has a kid,
right?
She has pets, you know. She went to this school, that school. You know, you already kind of see what's already there. So when y'all meet up, you already kind of know what time it is, and you can just get straight to it.
What's your wildest like dating story off of IG?
Okay, so I met this girl. Don't ask me what her name is. And we went out. We went to sushi. Had a good time. You know, she was cool. Little body on her. I ain't really think. I wasn't. You know, I was more like it was short term for me. So long story short, we leave the sushi spot, and she's like, "Oh, I have to use the bathroom." So I'm like, "Okay, like we'll go. You know, go back in the sushi spot."
Yeah.
It's the sushi spot closed. So I'm just like, okay, well, do you want to go somewhere else? She's like, nah, it's okay. She opens the door and goes and pisses in the bushes, bro. And I'm like,
were you two drinking? Was she drunk?
Not that much.
God.
I'm like, ew. I'm like, oh my God. Like, hell nah. And I'm trying to get it cracking, and I'm like, man, I ain't about to, you know, your shit is pissy right now. Like, I'm like, no chance.
I mean, did she excuse herself?
I mean, she did, but then she's like, do you have any napkins? I'm like, no, I don't. Hell no. I said, damn, like, we like just no class, man.
Yeah, I would feel like the napkins is like a prerequisite question before pissing on the side of the room, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you live and you learn.
But you know what? That didn't discourage you, right? Like you still, you know.
I didn't link up with her.
I mean, I'm just saying, but like IG is still like.
Oh yeah. It's hit or miss, and like you see some of these girls on IG, and they beautiful, man. Shout out to all the filters out there. But you see them in person, you like, you know, it either go one way. You like, dang, you look really good, or you look whatever. You know?
Yeah.
What do you think about all these? Because you work out, you train, work your butt off.
Thank you.
You eat right all the time, most of the time. What do you think about all these girls getting surgery right now?
Oh man,
it's an abundance too.
Yeah, it's an abundance.
How many? Do you know any people that personally that got surgery?
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool in moderation. Let me backtrack. I think my first question is, are you happy? You know, like does this make you happy? Like, or are you just trying to like put a Band-Aid on your damaged self-esteem? You know, like you trying to go buy self-worth?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I have a problem with it.
Right.
I also feel like, you know, we talk about like these fitness IG influencers. It's like, if you're going out there and buying it and then trying to sell it as if you worked for it, and like
propaganda,
and like setting it as a unrealistic body standard, then I think that's a problem as well.
I got you.
Yeah, and like in general, like listen, I'm all for like body positivity and like embracing your sexuality and owning that and having agency and all that, but I'm not cool with women being objectified in general. So I feel like if that's kind of like your claim to fame is like, just look at my body and that's it, then I'm just kind of like, you're just perpetuating the problem. Like, you're making it harder for women that, you know, take care of themselves, do care about their aesthetic and all that other stuff, but also are like substantive. Like, you want to have a conversation with me too? Like, it'd be cool to actually get to know you rather than you trying to smash. Because you've been conditioned to do that because everybody's out there showing ass.
And you know, shout out to the natural girls out here, first of all. But it's just tough because like I can't help but to put you in that. If you get your body done, like first of all, I gotta assume if you got like a nice body, you know, hips is, you know, waist is tight, you know, hips out there. I gotta assume that you got your body done.
That's crazy.
I have to assume at some point, and then. You know, I just gotta put you in that category with the OnlyFans girls. You know, the girls that's using it for something else,
right,
and not because they work hard. And I get it. You know, I work hard. I train. In certain spots, you like, man, I wish I could just get rid of this little roll right here, or you know, you got the little chin or whatever, little double chin. Yeah. You know, with certain things I get. Yeah. But you still have to like work out. I think that's a problem. You got girls getting surgery, still eating crazy. Yeah. And it's like, you know, these guys aren't magicians. You know, it's only worked for so long.
I mean, and who knows what they're gonna look like 20, 30 years from now. Like,
and then like you said, I think sometimes like you get it for one thing, and then what happens when it doesn't work out? What happens if that business don't work out? What happens if the fitness line doesn't go crazy? and now you in debt, you know, because you didn't pay for this body. And I'm sure you have to, you know, you gotta get massages, you gotta get fajas, you gotta get all, you know, it's a whole, it's not just right here, you know, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, it doesn't stop there.
And I'm sure you gotta go get checkups, you know, like the car, I gotta go get my oil change every whatever, you know, miles. Like I feel like, you know, you gotta go and see how, because you know it's dangerous, like you doing stuff to your body that's not natural.
For sure.
And you have to, you know, go check up on it.
You know, it's interesting. I was talking to a friend of mine back from DC, and she's originally from Cali, and she's like, how do you like it? The people out there are much different from the East Coast. And I was like, I think it's cool. I was like, but you know what I really appreciate about LA is that your individuality is like encouraged, you know, and celebrated, right? Gotcha. Like why would you want to go out and get surgery so you can look like everybody else and blend in with everybody else? Like be individual, be yourself, embrace yourself, you know? That's my thing too. Everybody looking the same. Everybody looks the same.
Everybody looking the same, man, and like where is your individuality, you know? And
do you feel like, so you may already answer this question, but do you feel like when you look at a girl and you're like, she's like animated body, like very obviously she had work done, her proportions are crazy.
Yeah.
And do you pass judgment on her? Do you look at her and be like, oh, like you're after money, or oh, like this is transactional, I'm not even gonna try to get to know you as a person? Like, what box do you put them in?
I mean, first of all, I'm physically attracted to you, so my mind is going straight to, you know, the draws. I'm not gonna lie. But I gotta see where your energy, you know what I'm saying, where your mind is at. If all you're talking about is money and you got the, you know, you got the Rollie, you got the AP, you got the crazy bag, you got the heels. I'm like, you know what time it is with him. But I mean, I just have to see how they are individually, honestly. Like I have to talk to them, see their vibe, see their energy. But I mean, it just depends on how crazy the proportions are as well. You know, if it's one of those, then you know what you're getting yourself into if you're going to talk to them.
Is a butt ever too big?
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure it is. Yeah.
Like give me an example.
I'm trying to think like Tahiri's really like her, you know, she
love
I
Tahiri.
love Tahiri. That's my boo, I ain't gonna lie. But her shit is large. And like, you know, you got some girls that shit is large, and you gotta wash all that ass. Like, that's a lot of butt. You gotta wash that shit. Cause you know, it stinks.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know, but I ain't gonna lie, some of them girls too, like all that butt, like they don't know how to take take no meat. Like they don't know how to take it. They got all that butt, don't know what they doing with it. And that's because like people are intimidated. Okay. They intimidated by it. And they don't even know what to do with it.
Oh my goodness.
So that's the thing too, because you get one of those and like, you know, you doing your thing. So excuse, this ain't for the kids right now. You know, you doing your thing with her, and she ain't doing. You like, where's the acrobat in you at, girl?
Where's the acrobat? Wow. So that comes along. That's an expectation that comes along with a big butt.
I mean, you would think like she should be slamming this motherfucker, but she not really like used to it, because most girls is intimidated and they don't like. I mean, most guys are intimidated and don't like that, and they just, you know, they just ain't got. They can't take no dick. I'm just gonna say that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
I mean, maybe they were just, you know, putting on an act to make you feel good.
No, I'm the actor. You don't even the actor. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit go, baby. I don't want to hear none of that. But one of my boys, he was saying that he thinks with marriage it should be treated like contracts. Or like you get married after 4 years, you see where you at, if you still want to do this, and either continue or we can terminate it. What do you think? What do you think about that?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I feel like, why are you getting married? Like, what? Check your intention at the door. Like, what's the purpose of getting married? Like,
things change, though.
Yeah,
like,
things change. Things
change, and people change. Sometimes one person changes and the other one doesn't. And you know, the expectations are different because, like you said, but like, what are you getting married for? Like, what is the reason at the end of the day? Because I think it's so many people that get married for like because somebody's pregnant. I didn't hear people get married because of health insurance. I didn't hear people get married just just because everybody else getting married, their friends getting married. You feel the pressure.
You know what I think in general as it pertains to relationships, like I think you should make your own rules. Like I don't think that you should be held to what society tells you your relationship is supposed to be. Like if you want a 4-year marriage contract and you want to have the option to reevaluate to see if you want to continue that contract, great, because that's what works for you.
Got you.
You know, or maybe you don't even want to get married. You just want to have a partnership and you want to continue to grow as partners. Like it's all about what makes you happy, what fits for you.
Got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Changing gears. So can you tell us about the bag of abundance?
Oh, my bag of abundance.
Yeah. I wish you would have brought some granola or something.
I definitely told you I was going to bring some too.
Okay.
I got you. I'm going to bring you some more.
It's okay. Next time.
Well, bag of abundance, I mean, for it actually started on the holidays because I wanted to give everybody the gift of abundance. And I was like, well, how do you do that?
Yes. First of all, bag of abundance, ladies and gentlemen, Ashley made it. She, like you said, holiday. She had it was WAP.
Yes.
It was
health, wealth. WAP. Good vibrations. And love.
These are all edible treats. So love was a chocolate chip cookie, my favorite. Wealth was the Rice Krispie treat.
Yeah.
Health was the granola mix. WAP was a sugar cookie with like a little partner, doing a thing.
Yeah.
And then what was the last one? I'm sorry.
Good vibrations.
Good vibrations.
Meditating gingerbread man.
Yes. They were so delicious. Yeah. I love them. Like, so what made you like think about doing it?
Yeah. So I wanted to we're COVID. Like I think everybody is just like fatigued from the uncertainty and just being separated. I just wanted to kind of bring everybody joy, how can you, to me it was about the message.
Gotcha.
Like I really wanted to uplift spirits. So I was like, man, I want to gift abundance. Okay, well, what does abundance look like? And then it just came up with these things, like all these things that, we need to kind of feel good, that make us feel good. So that's where it started. And I think like a lot of people, I've been at home baking and, experimenting with different recipes and things like that, and I was like, let me go ahead and do this for the holidays and get some feedback. My MVP, my minimal viable product. I want to see what everybody thinks about it.
Got you.
Everybody was like, it's fire. You should set up shop and sell it, and especially that granola. Everybody loves that granola.
Man, it was so good. I appreciated the samples and everything, man. I like you said, I think during this time, you just like, sometimes, like for me, man, acting was like shut down, for the most part. So it's like, what can I do? First of all, I feel like LA, anywhere, you gotta have multiple streams. You gotta have some type of other hustle of getting some bread in. And it's like, for me, I'm even learning like, what am I interested in? What do I love that I can transition and do other things as well. And I I was like motivated by that because you first of all, like, because you good about, you say something and the next thing you know, you do it because you hear so many people just say, they just talk, they just be talking, especially out here, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then like you look up like what happened. And I always like admire, like, when you say you're gonna do something, you do it. You do the work, you do the research, and you do it. And you did it.
I did do that.
And now, like, tell everybody where they can find Bag of Abundance.
Website www.bagofabundance.com. Also on G at Bag of Abundance.
Man, please help peace support. It's International Women's Month.
Okay.
Help a woman out.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Before we go, do you listen to go-go music?
Oh my gosh.
Do you listen to
go-go? I'm from DC.
Okay,
so
okay.
It's I can't help myself.
I got you. For the people that know, cause I'm like, I know about go-go it started in DC, right?
Yeah.
Chuck Brown started, like, cause I would always go visit my folks back home, my mom. And I would go to, like, they would have go-go parties and go-go music. I'm like, what the hell is go-go? What is this? But it was like the parties back then was really a vibe, and it was tough because you didn't have, like, YouTube and SoundCloud. So it's so hard to explain what go-go music to people without them like listening. And it was really hard to get like a mixtape sometimes for people. I'm like, cut. Like, I asked my cousin, like, man, can you send me like something? Because I'm trying to bring the DC culture out here. But I feel like Wale kind of brought it on the map a little bit with like, what was that, Nike boots or something? Like one of his songs kind of had a little bit. But yeah, man, shout out my DC people, man. I just had to ask about Go-Go. Man, Mumbo Sauce too? Or?
Mumbo Sauce, of course, of course. I was gonna say, you're not gonna like have like a Go-Go song outro situation.
Man, we gonna add it on there, man. Shout out my boy Josh, man. Chris was true. We gonna talk about it, see what we got going on. But please tell everybody where they can find you at on social. You already said a Bag of Abundance.
Yeah, Bag of Abundance. Yes. And I guess social, Ashley, ASHLEYL, Aronson, ARONSON.
Okay, her page is private, so respectfully, keep it respectful. But hey, shoot on, fellas, shoot on. But anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is another episode of I'm Supposed to Be Here. Got my girl in here. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For coming on first, girl. We gonna have more ladies on here. I promise, man. It's been, we had the guys. Yeah, we gonna change it up. We gonna do some things. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Like and subscribe. Shout out to Believe for putting this all together for me. And thank y'all so much. And we out.